Hi guys, me again. We're doing some more Tasty Bites. As a reminder, Tasty Bite is on sale at Jewel. I would assume it might also be on sale at Safeway and some stores in your area as well. But we are going to do Bombay potatoes today. So I'm actually going to make a really fun recipe that's very simple. So as you see, we're just in our office kitchen. We're not actually in a bigger kitchen. You don't have to have an oven or a stove or anything else to do any of this. And this is actually going to be a really fun one because we have really fun kitchen tools today. You can also do it without these tools. So I'm going to take the Bombay potatoes to make some potato pancakes. Obviously, it's just give you the little flavor of the Indian spices and so on, so it gives you a little bit of different flavor than you would get from a normal potato pancake. I know a lot of times my grandmother would make them all the time, German grandmother, and she would, when she would make them, they were more like hash browns, and this is gonna ideally be more like a pancake because it's already got all the spices in it, but it'll be a savory one. So I have this really fun tool called the Untitled Chapter I'm using, but you can also just use a cutting board and a knife to do this as well. So I'm going to take the Bombay potatoes and I'm just going to put them in. Now I'm going to try to get just the potatoes as I do it, but of course you're going to get some of the liquid below as well. You don't want them to be too wet as you cook, and we chop it down. So I've just actually squished them down. I'm gonna squish all of them down, which is really fun. And obviously this is the main ingredient. I'll show you the other ingredients we add to this in a minute, but I'm gonna keep chopping these down. And if, again, you were to do it by hand, luckily what's great about Tasty Bite in general, but the potatoes, whenever they have potatoes in any of the recipes, they're not mushy. They're still firm, which is a really good way to then use them because you're not worried about them turning into mashed potatoes, which is always nice too. So I have the Bombay potatoes. I've squished as many of those as I can, chopped them, or you can just chop them really finely. I know anybody that has made potato pancakes before, usually you will shred them, so you might actually use a grater to grate the potatoes and some onions together. Luckily with this, I don't actually need onions or anything else because it's got all the flavor to it. So it does have a little bit of liquid as well, so I don't really need a lot of wetness from another fat like an oil or an egg, but I am going to use the egg just so that we have a little bit easier cooking time. And then we are going to add some flour to it because that thickens it up a little bit. So you do a pre-beaten egg. You don't want to beat it in the potatoes, you want to beat it ahead of time. So I'm just simply beating the egg. And I'm actually going to put everything inside of the chopper. So I'm just going to open it up. And you'll see everything now is fully chopped in there, which is fun as well. So it's kind of get a little bit mealy, but it did chop together. I'm gonna add the egg in. I'm gonna add some black pepper just to taste. And then I am gonna add 2 tablespoons, or approximately 2 tablespoons. You really just do it to get it thicker. So I'm gonna add approximately a tablespoon at first, and then we'll mix it and then we'll see how it goes. We might need more, we might be fine with the 1. So right now I have the 1 in there, mixing it together. That's also what I love about this Untitled Chapter thing, is that it is really easy to mix everything in one place. Now you do have the corners, a little bit harder with the corners. But I'm gonna put some more in. It is a little bit wet, because again, it does have some wetness to the product already, so it's not a dry potato. Usually when you're doing a potato pancake, you want to dry out the potatoes before you cook them anyway, so you're not taking any of the moisture. But again, this is a bunch of flavor, which is fantastic, so we can mix it up all together and get almost paste-like, but I mean, I'm sure everybody's made pancakes. You know how to make a pancake or what the pancake batter should look like and how thick it should be. So you have a pretty thicker pancake batter here. And then we're going to just use my little handy tiny pancake maker. Got it in like the dollar section of Target or the cheap section of Target. But you know, something like that is always fun. You can do it on a skillet, so you have electric skillets. You can always do it on one of those and then you just put oil in, and in that case, of course, you would flip it. But for ours, we're gonna go ahead and put it right in our fun little pancake maker. So I'm gonna actually spray it just to let it release a little bit better. I'm gonna take a little spoonful of it. Making sure I don't have any little chunks of flour. You can of course do a gluten-free flour as well, which is really handy. So I'm gonna take a heaping tablespoon of it, maybe even a little more. Spread it out a little bit. You can use a gluten-free flour because this is a gluten-free product from Tasty Bite as well. So that's always handy to do if you don't want to do a full flour product. So yeah, put it in there. Now again, if this was a hot plate and a skillet, or if it was an electric skillet, you would have to do one side and then the other. So cooking it, but for this, I actually get to close it and cook it, and it should take about 3 or 4 minutes at most, but you'll see, and luckily with this type of thing or any kind of pancake maker, you can open it periodically and take a look at it to see how well it's doing or how done it is, and you can make it either crispier or softer depending on your liking. So we will see how this one goes. So as you can see, we've already made one. We have another one here, and I'll be able to at least make 2 more, probably, well, 1 or 2 more of these with an entire package. So, you know, if you're gonna do this for a family, you might need 2 packages of the Bombay potatoes. I have dressed the plate as well, so as goes with most potato pancakes, usually it's sour cream. Oftentimes, you're gonna get the sauerkraut as well, maybe beets, something like that. Maybe a little applesauce. Actually did a little sausage as well. It's an apple sausage, but it's a vegetarian one from Field Roast. Great ones from Field Roast, also from Beyond Meat, has some really good ones. Sauerkraut I used today also came from Jewel, so Cleveland Kraut. Farmhouse Culture is an excellent version as well. Sold at a lot of different Whole Foods and stores like that. And I would suggest, so what's really great about this is find an Eastern European friend that you can share with the food to get their opinion on what they think it tastes like, and if it's actually as good as their grandma. So thanks for joining us today for another episode of Tasty Bite Cooks, and we'll have some more food. You think it's good?
It's very good.
Good. It smells fantastic,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's a great option. Like I said, it doesn't have to be in this. You can do it in the griddle, things like that. But thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.